Hey everybody, it's drawing time! So what I'm doing right now is I'm making a mess, and then I'm gonna see if I can make something out of the mess. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this, there's two main reasons, or maybe three main reasons. First, I wanted to thank everyone who's been subscribing. I have 20,000 subscribers now, which I think is pretty amazing. The other thing I want to thank people for is the supportive comments they leave. I would not be making a video with me talking if it wasn't for you guys. Just leaving your supportive comments, yeah, it's given me more confidence. I'm sure I still sound really stupid, but anyway, at least I don't feel as nervous. Still a little bit nervous, but not as nervous as I was before. Yeah, and then I just wanted to talk a bit about, I guess, some comments I often get, or private messages and things. Just people wondering how I started or how they can improve. And yeah, so I remember I always used to draw. I think I mentioned in my last video I would do it because I'd be bored. Sorry if you can hear that sound. It's noisy outside in downtown Vancouver. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh right, yeah. I used to draw because I was bored, but I always thought I was okay. I mean, in elementary school and stuff, people would comment that I was good. I thought, yeah, I'm okay. I mean, everyone's saying I'm okay, so I must be okay. Then I got to high school, and everything changed because I mentioned I live in Vancouver, and anyone who's been to Vancouver knows there is a really large Asian population. I didn't have many Asians in my elementary school, I don't know why, but there were tons in my high school. And I don't know, I hope this isn't sounding racist or anything. Nah, it shouldn't be racist. Just saying my experience. Anyway, so I go to high school, and there's a heavy Taiwanese population, and I thought I could draw okay, because that's what everyone was telling me, like, oh, you're awesome and stuff. But no. I saw their artwork, and it seemed like everyone could draw, and they could all draw a lot better than me, and they thought they sucked, and it was just like, oh my god, what? Everyone's so good. So yeah, that was like that hit hard, and I thought, what? So okay, so I'm not good, and everyone's been telling me I'm good, and but I guess my friends saw me getting a bit depressed about that. They said, no, don't worry, those are Asians. And I thought, huh? And what they meant was, I don't need to worry about being bad because I was better than all the non-Asian kids, and Asians are just naturally better at, at math or at art, right? Anything. But I thought, no. I don't want to be the best kid at drawing, not including the Asians, because they don't count for some reason. So I thought, oh, I gotta work harder. At that time in high school, like grade 8 and grade 9, working harder was like 30 minutes a day to me. I thought, oh yeah, now I'm working hard. 30 minutes, I'm gonna catch up in no time. Well, doesn't work that way. And then I'd forget that I was supposed to be ambitious and trying to improve in art, and I would just, I don't know, not draw for the whole summer and play video games, and yeah. So I would say my improvement was very slow, and I never had any art lessons, so I didn't know anything. I didn't even know what I didn't know. But yeah, it didn't pick up until after high school, or at least in grade 12, when I've had so many periods where I've thought, okay, I'm gonna step it up now, and oh, I was only drawing 30 minutes, I'm gonna draw an hour, and then I find out an hour is just not good enough. And then I think, okay, I'll draw an hour and a half, and then later on I think, no, it's not good enough. The professionals are drawing so much more. I never really knew how much they were drawing until I found out they spend, anywhere from 12 to 16 hours every day drawing, and it's that number still scares me. I don't remember my point. Oh crap. Something about drawing. Oh boy, I'm still nervous. I'm still not good at talking. But anyway, I'll get better, right? Maybe. I hope. Right, yeah, I was talking about how much I draw and how I never draw enough. Yeah, so, I think it's always probably going to be that way. No matter how much I do, I'll probably be thinking I could be doing more. The important thing is that for people starting out, you just do as much as you can, and yeah, you don't have to be thinking, okay, I have to draw 8 hours or 12 hours or whatever. Just do more than you're currently doing. So if you're doing 5 minutes a day, do 10 minutes a day. It's really as simple as that, and then gradually try and do more. One thing I did that I feel was really, really helpful is I started a sketchbook journal, and I told myself every day I'm going to draw in this. I'm going to draw in this journal every day. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if it's good or not, and it doesn't matter if I only have 2 minutes. I'll draw for 2 minutes, but every day I'll draw in it, and I sign the date, and that's been going on for years now, probably almost 10 years, maybe more. But anyway, yeah, so just doing that, drawing a day, well, you have an obligation to draw every day, but it just doesn't have to be good, so you don't have to worry about, okay, this has to be awesome, or anyone's gonna see it, because I don't show my sketchbooks to anyone really. But yeah, so something traditional. I guess it keeps me drawing with pencil too, so that's always good. I feel. well, I don't want to only be drawing on a tablet. I just don't really like the idea of that's all I do. I still like drawing with pencil and paper, so yeah, I make sure I do that every day. I feel my pencil work is better than what I can do with a tablet anyway, so yeah, so keeping a sketchbook, that really helped. And then, you know, after you do it for a while, it just becomes part of your routine, and you don't think, okay, I've drawn today because I've drawn in my sketchbook, and so you'll start to do more. So I never feel like, oh, I did some work in my sketchbook, therefore I've done art today. It's just like, okay, I did my sketchbook thing, and now I better get to drawing. So then I end up drawing more than I would have, and that's how you start. You do a little bit, and then the next day you do a little bit more, and yeah, just keep doing a bit more. Something I've learned pretty recently is that practice helps. I mean, if you don't draw at all, just doing more is going to make you better. You may feel like, well, no, I don't feel I'm improving at all, but if you're drawing, you're improving at least your hand-eye coordination, if nothing else. But there is something, you know, the expression practice makes perfect. Well, yeah, it really depends on what you're practicing and how you're practicing. And I don't think that is what gets taught enough, that if you just practice but you don't really have a plan, you're probably not making the best use of your time. You really gotta, if not have a plan, at least know, okay, I mean, you need a general idea of what you're aiming for. Let's say you want to draw a hand, and you would know, okay, I want to get better at hands, that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to get better at hands. Or maybe you're drawing something from imagination. You can give yourself a goal, like, okay, I want to improve on my proportions. I'm going to be using guidelines, and I'm just going to try and get better at proportions. So then once you're done your drawing, you can analyze it, and you can say, okay, let's look at these proportions. Did I come close? Are my legs way too long on this character? Are the arms too long? You should be using guidelines so that that's not too much of an issue. Because when you start with guides, eventually you don't need them anymore. I find that's the easiest way to get your proportions right. Just follow a formula, even if it sounds like, I don't know, like, well, not everyone is 7.5 heads tall, or not everyone is 8 heads tall. Well, that's not really the point. The point is that by using these guidelines and these canons of proportion, you're going to eventually, in your head, have an understanding of what a body should look like in general, and then you can manipulate that, and it's pretty easy to manipulate it without it looking wrong. I mean, look at this guy. If we say eyes are supposed to be in the middle of the head, well, obviously his eyes aren't. But it's not like he's drawn in a way that's unbelievable, that we would think like, oh, that's totally wrong. If we draw his skull, for instance, it's not like the skull got cut off and he doesn't have enough of a skull. His skull still fits within his head. Here's the eye socket. Here's the nose. So, learning proportions doesn't hurt. And yeah, having an idea of why you're practicing and what you're doing. Another thing is, sometimes when you draw, might be in the beginning, but it kind of, you might have a drawing and it starts to look good, and you think, hey, this drawing's pretty good, it's not bad, it looks like it's going somewhere. And then the more you work on it, the worse it gets. You start to lose that. You lose that and you think, man, it was going so good. And it's almost like the worse it gets, the more you work on it and try and fix it, and it just gets worse and worse. And what I would suggest doing in those situations is, when you're drawing, try and have a little voice outside that's just looking at your drawing objectively and commenting maybe once in a while, so that when your drawing's good, that voice is, or that observer is watching and saying, okay, the drawing's going good now. And then when it gets bad, when you do something wrong, right away that voice should tell you, okay, stop what you're doing, you just stop right now, and then think, okay, what did I just do that made this not work anymore? And it's usually, I don't know, you might have added a line that you didn't need to add, you put something in the wrong place, or you were shading and you just went too far. The important thing is you stop right when it happened, if you can. I mean, maybe it's hard and you don't notice that, okay, I did this thing and it started to get bad here, but if you can, stop when you see it's getting bad, and then try and figure out, what did I just do that made this not work anymore? And the same thing if you have a pretty bad drawing and you're working on it, and then you do something and hey, that looks good. Tell yourself, just, like, okay, stop. What did I just do that made this drawing work? And then once you've established what it was, you can use that again. Like, oh, okay, I didn't take the eye as dark as I usually do, and it kind of looks good. And then think about that. Like, oh, okay, maybe in this situation or in the future I should try that more often. And the same thing when things don't work. Maybe you shouldn't be doing that thing. Maybe one that happens often is values get way too dark in places they shouldn't. Like, people will draw eyes, and they'll do this, and they'll have the eye, and then they'll do this, and yeah, that's a really good example. See, we can see where it stopped working. We had this, it's okay. We had this, yeah, that's okay. Then we did this, okay, now it's not working anymore. So in the future, we will not put this dark line here. If we have an eye like this, it's like this, well, let's try a lighter line. Okay, that looks better. So you might learn, okay, the top is darker, the bottom should stay lighter. Even if you have a girl wearing mascara. You can keep the top much fuller and the bottom a bit lighter. And it will look better than if you let's outline the whole eye. Yep, so I guess that's the important thing that I wanted to say about practicing that. Try and have an observer, a voice in your head that's, or I don't know what to call it, just some part of you that's kind of detached from what you're doing. And when just watching, okay, is the drawing, what's working, what's not working, and when something doesn't work, why doesn't it work? What did I just do that made it not work? And try to not do the things that aren't working and do more of the things that are working. And really, this is something about every skill that I've learned. It's always trial and error, and that's why they say things like practice makes perfect, because when you're doing a lot of trials and you're making a lot of errors, and if you're correcting those errors, you're learning from them, that's great. If you're not, and you're just drawing and thinking, well, I gotta draw a lot because that's what gets me good, but you're not really learning from your mistakes, then it's kind of pointless. It's like this drawing that I'm doing right now. It's kind of stupid, right? So trial and error, but learn from your mistakes. That's pretty much it. One more thing I wanted to talk about. I don't know if this doesn't really have much to do with teaching, but starting on Monday, August 30th, 2010, I'll be starting animation school, and it'll be the first time I've attended, really, it'll be my first post-secondary education, but it'll also be my first, art school type thing, and so pretty excited about that. It might mean that I'm making fewer videos, I don't know. I'll try not to have that happen, but I'm a bit interested if anyone would be, if anyone else would be interested in learning a bit about animation then, because I could maybe make videos covering some animation techniques that I learned. Yeah, so should be interesting. And if anyone's interested, then yeah, like, I don't know, I'll do a bouncing ball thing. Maybe I can do a tutorial on how to animate a bouncing ball. Or if anyone's interested in what it's like at animation school, maybe I could do, I don't know if it would be popular or not, but I could do a vlog, about how it is, and yeah. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited about that. What else? think that's pretty much it. I don't know what I'm drawing right now. Some kind of a dog thing. Anyway, alright. Thanks for watching.